Bad apple and spoil you the whole bunch. Bad applesauce will screw up your whole lunch. Worm and apple juice will mess up the whole punch. And an apple a day keep the doctor away. So watch how you sow your seed. They say the apple don't fall from the tree. They say the apple don't fall from the tree. They say the apple don't fall from the tree.
Hey family, what's going on? It's your girl Ocean. Today I'm heading to the hair store. I'm gonna do my birth mother's hair. Her birthday's tomorrow. I'm gonna do her hair and do her eyebrows for her. I just dropped my son off at his grandmother's house, his father's mother's house, because that's where he feels most comfortable at, and he knows them. I don't drop my kids off with no one they don't feel comfortable around. So he's there with his aunt and he's happy. I explained to my mom the last time I was with her that I'm not bringing my son around you until you relocate from where you're at, because I'm not bringing my son to this town. And also, me and you need to build a relationship. I need to feel as if I can trust you around my children. I need to be able to feel like I need to be able to feel like I can trust you on a personal level with just me and you before you have access to my children. My daughter is a newborn, so I bring her with me because she's too little. She's not gonna know. She's not gonna miss anything she doesn't know. So if my mom gets to act in a certain type of way where I feel like I have to withdraw myself from her again, my daughter is at a stage where, she's not gonna even acknowledge, she's not gonna know the difference. My son is turning 7 this year, and kids get attached easily, so that's why I only visit her when my son is not around, because him getting to know her and building a bond with her, she gets out of line, or I feel like I have to withdraw my energy from her and isolate myself again, then my son is not gonna have to do the same. I don't want to introduce him to my mother, and then I have to fill her out first, period. So yeah, I'm gonna treat her. I'm gonna do her hair. I'm gonna go to the hair store and buy the hair supplies, and do her hair and do her eyebrows and make her feel pretty. She's beautiful chocolate lady, but everybody deserves a little bit of pampering, and I want to pamper my mom just a little bit, not too crazy. I'm not spending too much money on her. I'm not taking her to a hair salon. I'm doing her hair, so I'm cutting out the middleman. I just want her to feel good, and it's just the little things. Getting your hair done for a woman, that just boosts your confidence and your self-esteem. I want her to look in the mirror and feel good about herself, because she's always in the house. She doesn't deal with anybody, which I'm proud of her, because she's always around people who are always leeching off of her, using her, and taking advantage of her. So she doesn't have that many friends, but because of this COVID thing going on, she's isolating herself, and then she lives in fear. She's like very paranoid about getting sick. My mom is turning 49 tomorrow, and she doesn't have any upper respiratory issues, but she does have other underlining things, and I just want to keep her healthy, and I'm happy she's taking proper precautions, staying away from people. But while she's in the house, she's like really doomy, like sad and in her head, because she doesn't get out much. So I figure the one day that I do pop in on her, besides the times that, because I'm going to start picking my brother up on the weekly basis so I can build a relationship with him so he can get to know me on a deeper level. Because, when you're away from people for whether it's a short or a long amount of time, when you reconnect with them, you have to basically reintroduce yourself to them, because they have been through stuff and you have been through stuff, and what you probably remember them as, their experiences change the way they think and how they move. So my brother doesn't know me. He knows I'm his sister. He recognizes my face, but he doesn't know my personality. He doesn't know how I think. And I don't know my brother's personality, and I don't know how he thinks. So we are getting to know each other. And I'm happy about that, because that's all I ever wanted. But at the same time, I have to have at least a cordial relationship with my mother so that I can have access to him, because he's underage. He's turning 16 this year. So I'm willing to do what I have to do, but when he turns 18, I'm gonna, have more one-on-one time with him, because then he'll have more access to me, the access that he wants to have to me, because I'm gonna make sure he has a phone. He'll be able to communicate with me and say, "Hey sis, can you pick me up? I want to hang out with you." He's not gonna have to ask my mom. I'm pretty sure he's gonna have to run it by her, but when he's 18, he's considered an adult. So I'm waiting for that. I really am. But for the time being, I feel like I still need to show. I want to be present in his life, regardless to if it's 4 times a month he sees me. That's better than none at all. Not seeing me at all. It has been too long, and I always think about him, So I just want to play my role as a sister. I need him to know that I'm here. And you can call me, and if you need me, I'm coming. Period. But with my mom, I want her to know that she has me as an option too. She's not alone. I'm not gonna abandon her. I love her very much. Regardless to everything, I love her very much. They have one mother. I have 2 mother figures. I have a godmother, and then I have a mother figure, and I love her very much. She's everything to me, but nobody can replace my birth mother. And regardless to what we've been through, even our rough times, it has made me a better woman that I am today, because now I see things from a different perspective. People have mental illnesses, and they, traumas, unhealed wounds, and that determines a lot of their character, their present character, how they move. If you see a person who's scared and timid, trust and believe something happened to them for them to move the way they do. There's no coincidence in life. Everything happens for a reason, and there's a reason for everything. So, when I was younger, I didn't understand that, but now that I'm an adult, I have more sympathy and more empathy for my mother. I love her. She's mentally ill, and I got her back at the end of the day. She will not go through this alone. So today I'm going to make her feel pretty. Because everybody deserves that. She's single, she doesn't have a man to wine and dine her, so her daughter will do it. Okay, I'm at the hair store now. I'll link back up with you guys later. Alright, you guys, I'm back. I just went into the hair store. I was thinking of what's a hairstyle that I can put in her hair. I was going to give her some box braids, but I feel like box braids, once they start to get a little worn, they start to look raggedy. And I'm gonna, once I do her hair, I'm gonna come back in every month and refreshing them for her. But I just felt like box braids, I don't know. I didn't want to put nothing heavy on her hair. When you have long, thick box braids, it's heavy, and I don't want to be pulling her hair and creating alopecia or any like hair traction loss. So I want to keep the hairstyle light. I'm going to I've decided that I'm going to put kinky twists in her hair. So I bought a few Kinkaline Marley hair, and then I bought the little with the jewels and the ribbon to make it look pretty. So I'm gonna dazzle her up. Yeah, kinky twists. I think kinky twists, once they get a little worn and they get fuzzy, I think they look pretty because I have locks, so that's like equivalent to her having locks, but a protective style that's temporary. So I'm gonna go hook her up. Get on out of there. I'm in and out like a thief in the night. I'm not trying to be out there. I don't like being out there. My hometown does not make me feel comfortable anymore. I'm not comfortable in my hometown. And that's due to trauma. It is what it is. It ain't gonna keep me from going out there. I ain't scared of nobody out there. Ain't nothing out there. Ain't nobody out there can say anything to me that make me feel anything, any type of way. That's not the issue. Because at the end of the day, I can easily come to grips with my reality. What happened, happened. It is what it is. There's nothing that nobody can say to me to expose me when I already exposed myself. Things happen to me. But I'm not about to be parlaying out there, because at the end of the day, if I run into anybody that had inflicted pain on me and I'm with my daughter, I don't know, I think it might trigger me. And the fact that I'm in the presence of my daughter will keep me to hold my composure so I don't react in any type of way. But I just don't want to see nobody that's going to trigger something in me and make me feel some type of way. So I'm in and out. Complete the mission and get the fuck up out of there. Yeah, so I'm heading my way there now. Mother's Day is on Sunday. So tomorrow's her birthday. I'm going to do her hair today, and then I'm going to send her something in the mail for Mother's Day. I'm bearing gifts this year. This year I'm giving 18 important women in my life, including friends and, friends and family, women that have daddy issues, father wounds. There's a lot of things that take place in the way people think and the actions they choose when they don't have a father figure in their life. And a lot of the women that I have around me, not around me, but a lot of people that I have in contact with grew up either without the presence of the father or something. And because of that, they're wounded. And I have this book that I started reading that I think is so dope, from my spiritual father. He's actually a pastor. I found him online, and I love him. I adore him. I respect him, and I think he's doing the work of God, and I love him so much. And I think he's an amazing person. And he has a series of books, and I'm reading one of them, and they're so dope that I ended up buying 18 of them. So sometime this week I'm going to get my Mother's Day gifts out, and that's part of it. It's a very, very powerful book, and I'm going to give one of them to my mother, because she lost her father when she was 18 years old. So for the most part, a lot of things, if she had the presence of her father, maybe she wouldn't, a lot of things could have been avoided. But when you lack the presence of a father figure, somebody who's there for you. You're supposed to be your knight in shining armor, the person who's supposed to protect and provide for you at a young age and mold your mind with principles, instill self-love and self-respect into you. When you don't have that, you become a loose cannon. And there's so many women who are broken because of that void, and they try to fill it with men, relationships, but not knowing that these people that they're trying to get in a relationship with are broken. Like you're dating men who don't have their fathers neither, so there's no structure on either side. So when a broken person comes in contact with another broken person and they're trying to fill voids of each other, they actually hold each other back, and it causes conflict in your relationship, and that's basically what it is. So I'm supporting my father's business, my spiritual father, and I'm going to bless others with his gift. He put his gift and his words and his time and his energy into writing these amazing books, and I feel like the women that I love will benefit very much so from these books. The book that I'm talking about specifically is called Father-Daughter Talk. So I bought 19 of those books, and then I have other books from him. But I figure that if I give them this book, they can read it, and maybe they'll be interested in grabbing his other books, because so many of us, we don't want to talk to nobody, and it's important that we do talk to people. We don't want to talk to therapists, because when you express your information to people who are mandated to report you, that you put yourself in a compromising position where you feel like you're supposed to be able to trust your doctor, but you cannot say whatever it is you want to them, because if they feel that if you express yourself and it's alarming to them, they will report you and they will have to take drastic measures. And it's not that you need to be, I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes you just need to be able to vent how you actually feel without somebody dictating how your outcome is going to be. Say you're having suicidal thoughts. You should be able to express that without somebody saying, "Oh my God, are you going to kill yourself? Let's go get her." Seek help if you really need it. But at the end of the day, I feel like you should be able to vent how you feel without being judged, or if you need accommodation to get the help you need, it needs to be talked about through you and come to agreement, not somebody making that decision for you. So people don't open up like they should, because they worry about how people are going to judge them, or what the outcome is going to turn out to be. So me, I don't like talking to nobody either, because I feel like when you open up to people, when you have good friends, it's one thing, but when you open up to people, you have to be very careful, because a lot of times if you open up to the wrong person, they will use whatever it is you tell them against you, and that will make you not want to trust nobody, because it's like you open up, you're finally vulnerable about something that took place, and then if it's used against you, or it's shared with other people that you don't want it to be shared with, that will make you want to be closed off. And we need not to be closed off. We need to be able to talk and communicate about it, so that we can lighten our heart and lighten our minds, because when you have so much stuff, my baby girl's crying. I'm on the highway, I can't do anything. I fed her before we got in the car, but she's just gonna be crying. It's okay, Oshira. It's okay, baby. But yeah, like, this book for me is therapy. So that's why I want to share this book with my girls, because if they feel like they can't talk to nobody, they can read this book. And he has books that have study guides that are attached to them, so that you can read a book and then you have a book that's attached to it that has questionnaires, so that if you don't feel comfortable talking to somebody, you're going to be asked certain questions that's going to make you dive deep, and you can write it in the journal and reflect on it. I think that's so dope. So yeah, I don't think my girls would, if I were to recommend this book to them, I don't think they would go out and buy it for themselves. So, I mean, I was talking to one of my other girlfriends. She was like, why are you doing that? Why are you spending, you know, those books are $20 each. You're telling me you bought 18 of them? Why you complaining that you don't want to buy anything for yourself, but you're buying stuff for other people? And I'm just like, listen, I understand what she's saying. She's like concerned about me. She's my friend. She's like, so are these people that you buying stuff for, are they going to buy you anything in return? And I'm like, listen, I'm not expecting anything in return. I'm doing this from the kindness of my heart, because I would want somebody to do it for me. I was blessed with money that I was not expecting to have, and with that, I'm going to bless other people. I'm not worried about how much money I spent on the books, because I know how important and how vital the lessons is in this book is. I know how vital it is. So I'm willing to, that's my gift, you know. $20, you know, I'm going to send it out as Mother's Day's gift, but that's for Mother's Day, that's for Valentine's Day, that's for birthdays. I'm not sending out gifts all of those times, but for Mother's Day, I'm hoping this gift is coming from my heart, and it's you know, it'll be the best gift, one of the best gifts they ever have, because I feel like this book is a blessing. It's so beautifully written, and the person who wrote it is just an amazing person, and he's a pastor, but he's not your conventional pastor. He's very different. He's a dope individual, and I love him, and I'm just like, yo, I gotta get these in the hands of the people that I love, because I feel like it will help them heal. So I'm gonna give this book to my mother in hopes that it opens up her mind a little bit, and you know, she can get closure to certain things without expecting it from other people. Closure within herself. Like, when she gets the answers to questions, then she can feel better by having a better understanding. One of my girl was like, what if you buy these people a book and they don't read it? What if the book just sits on their desk for however long and it just gets dustied up and they never read it? At the end of the day, what they do is not, you know, what they do is not my business. My job is to deliver it. You can bring people to the water, but you can't force them to drink anything. I cannot force anybody to read anything that I give them, but the fact that I presented it to them is going to be something that they're going to think about. And even reading the contents of the pages that have the contents of the chapter, I think they will be gravitated to, be interested to read up on it. So, I mean, I'm not worried about that. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my Father's business. God is my witness. So, yeah, I'm going to do my mom's here today. And then later on this week, I'm going to put my care packages together for my girls and send them out to them for Mother's Day. That's how powerful and vital I think this book is, that it needs to be in the hands of my girls, because they're broken, they all have trauma issues, and I think it will help them. So I'm excited, because I love them. And when you love, when you do something out of love, you don't expect anything in return but smiles and thank yous and appreciation. know it will help them heal because it's helping me. I look at things a lot differently now that I read his books. Well, I just cracked one open. I have 3 other ones. I have a Queenology book and the study guide for myself, and then I have the Kingology book, and then I have the Kingology book study for my son, because I am a child who was fatherless. I am a child who was kind of motherless, you know? So sometimes when you don't have the guidance that you need, you have to seek it elsewhere. And, you know, I have a lot of virtual, spiritual family members who don't even know that I'm watching them. They're like everything to me. Thank God for YouTube. YouTube is a blessing. You know, I learned a lot through people who have wisdom, and they're open to share it with us, and it's a blessing. When you have jewels and you have information, you don't keep it all to yourself, you share it. That's how you get blessed. That's what Yahweh wants you to do. That's what God wants you to do. You don't harbor all your blessings. It's when you share with the world, you create more abundance for yourself. So that's why I do what I do, because I've been there and I've done that, and I can reflect on that. And if something's helping me, I want to be able to help others. I'm about my Father's business. I'm heading to my mom's house right now. I'm about to bend the corner, and I'm going to check in with you guys later. I'll show you guys the before and the after. I told her to wash and condition her hair last night, so that should be done. And I'm going to do her hair and get up out of here. I'll see you in a little bit. Yo, family. So I did my brother's hair, and it was a success. I do not have an update of pictures or video for you guys because she's not ready for that exposure, and I respect that. Me and her are 2 different people. I'm a teacher, so this is why I'm up here, because I teach you guys through my life experiences. I don't mind being on display. But yeah, it was a success. Her hair got done and it looks really pretty, and I told her have a happy early birthday, and I'll link up with her later on this week. But I want to thank you guys for watching my video, and I would like you guys to like this video if you like it. Leave a comment on the bottom if you resonated with anything that I said. Yeah, it felt good. It felt good to be able to help her out and do something nice for her. I like doing nice things for people. I've been randomly blessed, you know, within the past few years. For a long time, I felt like my life was stagnant and not going nowhere. I was like in a depression. And once I healed myself and came up out of that, and started releasing people that had no business having access to my life, once I started to forgive myself and have the same amount of empathy that I have for other people, once I started to balance that out, once I started to forgive other people and not being concerned with having closure or having an apology from them, forgiving them and just letting go, I've been blessed ever since. I can tell there's a total difference. There's a total shift from being angry and bitter and then just letting go. Ever since I let go, I felt like I was blocking my blessings by holding all of that in. By letting it go, it's just been abundant, infinitely. I've been blessed. So, you know, I share with others, and I just love to see people happy. People deserve to be happy. We don't Nobody deserves to be walking around sad or in fear or having anxiety about every little thing. First of all, you can only control so much yourself. What you do, how you react, and how you respond. That's it. Period. So what I can control, what I do have control over, is myself and the things that I can do. Realizing that I create happiness, and I can bring that and display that and present it to others. I'm around for that, so that's what I do. I'm about my Father's business. I'm a child of God. I'm a God body queen, and that's just what it is. This is your girl Ocean. Like, comment, subscribe, become a part of my tribe. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll be back at you guys in the next video. Peace.
I never could do it without my tribe. They say it take a village to raise a child, and now I know why. Cause it's all about my tribe. They say it take a village to raise a child, and that ain't no lie.